Right, well, with about 7 different plot threads having passed by in complete obscurity, that's the fucking moon again! You'd think the moon would pack it in at some point, you know? Have you not had enough? The moon doesn't know what's good for it. It's too moony for its own good. And one of the traits that apparently makes up that adjective is just wanting to fight me specifically. We've lost contact with you, it seems like. On hunt. Roin. Leave me alone, I'm doing the chant. I've charged out to all your pillared towers. You've got a different looking tower structure. But what's the... there's no others. Just the 5 of them. Oh dear. Okay. That seems reasonable enough. Yeah, we're just running a gauntlet right here. It's fair enough to run gauntlets sometimes. It's the same ones. Except you're facing the camera now, some of you. Cruel sword. The cruel sword of Loopy. Take my numbers and be gone with you. You are the fires of hell. You had a lance, didn't you? Do you have a sword now? Is that your true sword? And this time it is a sword. Because a lance isn't a true sword. It's not even a true spear. Well, you didn't have to set fire to an entire building just to prove the point that you were linked to that element. It's a bit... yeah, it's a lance. It's a lot. Oh, but it's on fire. Oh, it's the trident one! Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. You're gonna give me a nightmare that everyone will forget. Which I guess just means I will get over it. So, it's not permanent. It's not made of the permanency juice that I got you for your birthday. I was dubious as to how you would use that. But you have not made me regret it yet. We all have to go fishing sooner or later. You've not changed that. But I can. Only I can revoke your fishing license! Let me stand up. If you do, and if your god allows it, I will reward you with nectar points! What's interesting me about what I just said there is that it imagines a world where nectar points were a form of blasphemy against at least one god. Why is my sword also on fire? Oh, I'm on fire generally, am I? What's the narrative? Right, I've got a rapier. It's a tuck. Do you like it? It's got a very fun spindly blade, which is a thing I like. You've spindled off. No, spindled off Wimbleby. I don't know why I'm still trying to block, as if I've not seen repeated proof that that does nothing. Do you like my bow? I think it's very polite of me to have done. Can I have a special biscuit for doing it right? Say something poignant, please. Alright, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I would have said something poignanter. Alright, if we want to get on the poignancy competition, which I know you do. You can't resist, can you? They call you Chief of the Poignancy Police, Sacred Field. You'll do. You've got an entire giant serpent to fight me with, which is unfortunate. It's slightly worrying. Gotta make sure we've got enough coins left for the festival. This at least helps us. You can move up one. Freeing you up to do this. Just like you always wanted, isn't it? It's like that recurring dream you have where you walk up a very foggy path covered in towers. Most of which, to be honest, it looks like we could just walk around. The Water of Origin. I don't have enough. I don't have enough conviction for this, wet warrior. Wiggly wiggly. Is that enough conviction for you? Have I wiggled the fear of God into you? Does this prove my worth? Of course, there's ice. There's ice. Oh, you're healing and I'm slippery. It's a bit like Bertram the healing eel, except split into two, and I got the really short end of the stick. I'm like, I got all the bad genes. Metal Gear. Snakes! Okay. Well, you know what? We can begin the dance now. My blades are similar to yours, and I'm going to prove that I'm the best. You never thought to do poke, did you? I don't remember, to be honest, what attacks you've done. You're not a memorable enough warrior. Oh shit. I keep slipping, and it's making it... What the hell? I can just go to fucking space. What's the leg trick that I did? Help me learn. Help me learn. As a fellow wave sword user, are you not at least like have some respect for my progress as a fighter and help me figure out what the hell I just did that made me just launch upwards? The custard fights are about to begin. Please duck. The custard will hit you if you don't, alright? And you're gonna act like I'm liable if I don't warn you. As if you shouldn't really have known. What did you think the custard fights were? Okay, and you've got holy wings. There's gonna be at least whirlwind on that, isn't there? I know what you're like, and you're like waft. The wind of creation. No, the last one was origin, in fairness. Fair enough. Is wind associated with creation in any particular mythology? I would not know. I don't profess to be an expert, I just don't think of blowing on something as making much. Now, though there's bonk. You're gonna get bonked off the bat, no matter how many daggers you produce. Yeah, I'm already whoosh. I'm already whoosh. You don't have to whoosh me further. Surely there's a way I can make a cupcake that's faster than you. Alright? I can motorize it. The motor would probably present a choke. You keep moving me further away from you with every time I actually try to... Haha. That's... You teleport. On top of not being just fundamentally unreachable with how this works. You just sort of fell over a second time on top of the once where I knocked you down. A lot of how you play the piano is based on fallacy. Okay? You need to play your instruments more logically! A logic-based orchestra sounds like the most conceptually dire thing I think I could imagine. I mean, like... That's... Whoa! Well, thank you for that. And now you're dismissed, and I was blown away too much to really grab you at all. But it's over now. That was less of a pain than I was worried it would be. Well, you know, the whoosh doesn't always do what you want it to do. It's, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think your first mistake was assuming that it would create things. I really don't know where you got that from. Impregnable. Alright, you're gonna be the earth of something, and you're just impossible to attack? That seems like an unfair advantage. You can join the assault there, because the horse will not arrive in time, swift as it is. Oh, you won't arrive in time, even. The Earth of Foundation, and you Gandalfed at me. Danny Rocks is gonna make you think again. Is this not the same arena I fought you in the first time? I think you're the only person that's been true for so far. You just don't leave your... Oh! You're just like, no, I'm not going to react at all. That seems like wildly unfair to have to deal with. Yeah, there's not, well, I'm doing consistent damage at least, and I guess the trade-off is you're not blocking at all, seemingly. Wonder if that's deliberate. Go for me! Ugh. No. No! I'm trying to jump, but it doesn't always. Whoa! You won't survive. You won't survive this and the next. Why am I trying to bother with... Oh, hey! I was in the sky. Oh, you did block there. So you can, you just don't, necessarily. Haha, woof. Well then, how are they going to explain how you died? Because you just sort of got angry. You just got really angry and turned into stone. Oh. It's a bit... This is Gandalfing to the end. What's reserve offence? I'm not sure what you mean by that, to be honest. Well, it seems only right to have you fight your arch rival. So we'll send you in. You are a lower level than that lizard we had before. Let's just send in everyone but the person we're supposed to believe you most want to fight, because I don't think you've ever once interacted with not a lizard. Decisive battle. In just a mansion we've built in a wall. I don't know what makes it look mansion-y to me. I guess just because it's big, grand stone structures. Which was, of course, the name of the inventor of the mansion. Yeah, here we are. So you've come. Once again, I challenge you. Time, oh! Won't be like our previous encounters. See if you can defeat... You've got the legendary blue thing. Battle 1. Fight. You've got... It's blue dabba-dee-dabba-die. Now I've got to deal with it. You've made blue objects my problem, and you spun round in circles and done me a dance, and things are going well for you. I'll match off your legends. Haha. Drag you out of the... Whoop, I just sort of turned round. Which is fair. Sometimes something's behind you. You can't expect everything to be in front of you all the time, alright? Things are relatively positioned. You can only face in one direction. Alright, you're not the all-seeing anything, really. You don't see all for a start, so, you know, I don't even have to clarify which of the all-seeing things you aren't, because you aren't any of them. You're not an all-seeing aubergine. Alright? Do you want to know how I know that? Because you can't fucking see all, can you? You might be an aubergine. Alright, I find it unlikely. I don't have a huge aubergine viewer demographic. But you can't get on my case now saying, oh. Alright, because I've beaten you. You fool. Yes, you may have knocked over and Madame Bonk. But it is a hollow victory. Even with your legends, you have to run away. That is just a big house. You've just made big house in the valley. Big house in the valley is where the final confrontations happen with you. This is a weird... because, like, this is, like, too short on its own to be an episode, but the final act of war isn't. Like, this could be a bulky thing. He uses a double. They've thrown him out. That's why doubles happen, because we're expecting to be murdered. We're doing a final battle. We're going to change the future. Or at least... Don't be mean to the... They got the... Do you give out permission for other people to be defeated? With legendary swords on them? Onhent. Is onhent just a word that you all know that means something, despite what I would have assumed? I'll actually, I want to see. Let's see if I can go back to tambourines. If this is the end of war, I need to make a very tambourinial impression, I feel like. Fuck it, we'll go with this. I don't know, it's a confusing mess of everything else. Oh! You've become a demon? You can go here, you can go here. I think we want to just sort of defend for now. Who do you contain? Okay, you're not an immediate concern. Frame rate is not having a great time, is it? There's really sort of no point having any of you back all round those ways. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, that being the case, since attacking there is sort of not doing anything, I may just... Ooh, well, at least you're holding them off there. And you can't access anything of worth. We're just gonna have to go for it. I'd looked at where all the soldiers were and sort of was assuming some of them would defend. And none of them did. But, you know, we shall make do. We shall suffice. Here's you, with... That counts as hair, I suppose. It does sort of look like it's been painted on, but I shall let it slide. But you can't slide, alright? Because we took the big slides away. And we made the new ones out of sandpaper, and that's just not gonna work, is it? Anyone could tell you. We threatened to outstep our commanding officer, to be in terms of numbers. This is really your story, isn't it? Makes sense. I mean, we got the rivalry with the pink nemesis character. So maybe the game just knew. Maybe the Lure Pac-Man was involved. Maybe he... There's cows! Moo! Moo! Moo, they go. You again, eh? Caitlin's bees are still going to run you through. How does that make you feel? You thought you were untouchable, but you're nothing more than a... You've got spikier armour than before. Maybe you thought that was what you were lacking last time. I don't look enough like a skeleton! In fairness, it's fair for you to have come to that conclusion. Looking like a skeleton helps always. Oh god! Unless you're trying to get through a skeleton detector without setting off an alarm. Then it works to your deficit. But again, I don't think those should exist. Because everyone's got bones. Unless you only want an octopus to get in. And I don't know why. What possible business model does that work for? What are you selling that only an octopus can be trusted with? It just doesn't... Oh, profound. Come on, break another one upon me. You get 10 of them, you save 20% on your next public humiliation. You can twiddle more than the last few, I'll give you that much. But when it comes to twiddling, no one is more aware than I of Grant Gusto's pork belly sandwich. I really was counting on that kick to land to stop you from doing that. Fortunately, I'm alive. Oh, I might not be alive in a minute. Okay. That was way closer than it needed to be. Yeah, may as well let you finish that. Clear a path this way for other units. And now... Is there any point you attacking there on your own? What's the... You can cure yourself. Oh, oh god, right, a reckoning has come. There's just a horse. There's a horse on a garden path. Oh, there's two horses on two garden paths, and they're going to stay there for symmetry's sake. Alright, the redemption of the tambourines begins now, hopefully. If the tambourines don't get redeemed, we can always just switch. You know, come on. There's none of this that's needed. There's none of this that's needed in my name. Alright, and my name is Fubdy Bubdy and the 75 Thieves. Alright, now you may be wondering how I can be both Fubdy Bubdy and 75 other thieves. I say other, we don't know that Fubdy Bubdy is a thief, and indeed I'm not, and I would defend myself against such scandalous accusations. What you're doing here is erasing plural identities, okay? Not only am I 57 thieves, but there's about 6 milkmen that didn't specifically want to be mentioned. But I did ask before bringing them up to prove this point. I'm not, you don't worry, I've not ignored their wishes in the process of all this. Fubdy Bubdy would never. What else would Fubdy Bubdy not do? Let's think to ourselves right now. I'm not keen on skydiving. Probably wouldn't join a choir. Although there's no specific reason for that I could cite, it just seems like I don't know that I would ever be in a place in life to where that would sort of present itself as a serious possibility or opportunity. Or you could just poke me in the ankles. You diamond in the rough. That bodes ill for my wildly underdefended fortress. You're breaking off. Oh, you're going to Horsetown, California, where the horses get you. I'll deal with you before you can deal with me. How about? Oh, I never sent bloody lizards to do anything at all. Woe is me. Right, who am I pointing at today? Ragwell. You just heil again. You heil with your hair dyed. You can't fucking fool me. You're just like, I want to be a main character more. Nobody really explained who I was. There's depths to me that have been undiscovered. We'll never know now. Because I did a pirouette. And that infamously makes people forget everything. Right, you're gonna stay in there? For whatever goddamn reason. We all want to stop Madam Bonk. Oh yeah, I still have not told you to go anywhere, really. Well, we need to have this broken down at some point, so you just start attacking that, I reckon, and then we can send you around to Cassandra when everyone else is a bit more freed up. There we are. We've eviled your playing field. You'll never stop us anymore. Now, if I attach a rocket-propelled grenade to my leg, I can kick you really fucking hard. With probably no risks to my own health. I can't think of one off the top of my head. Yes, you should try to stop me more, you fool. Right, what about these? I blocked at you. Alright, does that intimidate you? I keep forgetting these aren't. It was in 6 that those became a 3 attack combo. There isn't one in this. I keep stopping short, expecting there to be something else, and there isn't. Not this time. Not this time, not this way. But I shall rise again. Go ahead. Oh, thank fuck the second hit got there in time. That was very nearly not what I wanted. Woohoo! I can still grab you more. You fool, you've not changed your fate. You've only jumped over me a lot. Which is impressive in its own right. Peck! Beaky! Beaky! Woo! Alright then, fair enough. It worked. I can't fault your tactic! I could have sold you a motorcycle and the slight increase in adrenaline would have killed you. That's how weak you were. I'm leaving. No, you fool. I was leaving. This was going to be over. You could have just gotten on with your day, gotten on with your life. But no, you had to continue fighting me, didn't you? Whoosh. Well, now you're going to know your own folly. You're going to realise what it takes to stop a king from dining near your house. Right, and it mostly involves just moving the restaurants further away. Or living further away from them. I find it kind of interesting that you went straight to moving the restaurant locations. What kind of power do you have over these establishments that you can do that easier than you can move house? Well, mind you, in this economy with this property market, it is easier just to pick up a fucking Burger King and throw it over the hill. Well, we've stopped you now from being a building. And then you can make your way over there. And now begins an extensive process of just sort of waiting until... we may just attack from the left. There's 2 level 3 fortresses between there and now. Your little mission can be to go over here and fight Cassandra. And then we'll go over to the left and try and accomplish something on our end. There's gonna be some extensive cuts during this point. It's just gonna be me knocking down buildings for the next god knows how long. Hey! Okay, that didn't take too painfully long, but the next one will. You can all go about your daily lives in abject horror. Those are all bulls as well. They're big pointy horn attacks for everyone to do. And they like that about themselves. They just want to impale. They want to gore a lot of people, really. Strange that they're not reacting to the war in any way. You'd think they'd take that as an excuse. Their tails seem to be perfect right angles that just sort of twiddle around on a hinge. They're windscreen wipers. I don't think the cows were meant to go under such scrutiny. But I've scrutinised them. You thought I wouldn't scrutinise cows? What you bloody take? Who do you think I am? Oh, hello. I was expecting Sophitia. But Raphael's here instead. I don't remember what effect this place had on it. So, I found a way though around the tambourine problem. Yes, be you afraid? I found a loophole that might make me strong. Oh god. Now the only problem with this weapon is that, oh god, I've found other problems as well. Maybe not the place I wanted to open the tambourine parade, but I'll get something done. All right, I'll prove to you that I'm onto something here. I've just got to get the very powerful fencer out of the way first. We're doing it handily right now. I can have as many limbs as I want after this. No one's gonna refuse me. I'm the hero who stopped you from attacking them with a sword. I took away your privileges and took away you as well. You died. And so your privileges were sort of void at that point. The dead never come back to claim any rewards left on their nectar cards. That is it. You're not wrong. We've got... In terms of actual fights, there's not a lot left between us and the real objective. But there's a lot of annoying that can still happen. Not an exclamation point at the end of... I have a problem with your punctuation. It doesn't match. Like, you threatened me pensively. We all know the penalty for being pensive, don't we? I shall exact it now. Pensive blade. Oh, are we both getting cured? We're both getting cured. Well, there we are. We both partake of the benefits, except I cure by default anyway. So how would I even know? Am I curing faster? Are you curing less amusingly? Because I've got the funnier weapon, right? It's a big shape. You've not got a big shape. You've got two little shapes. Very functional, but not very curvy. One of them's a circle, and it doesn't strictly count. I don't think it should anyway. I'll get to the fisticuffs tournament before you and eat all of the olives. Alright, I don't even like them. I just don't want you to get any olives at the fisticuffs tournament where you usually get them from. They've actually told me to stop you from taking all of their olives. Like they want to hammer the point home that you can't just go there and take all of their olives. But they, you know, like a malicious genie, I have found a way to sort of monkey's paw the entire arrangement, because I've just taken the olives instead. They've traded one olive taker for another. They're no better off than they were before. That's how I get you. That's how I take your olives, which again I don't really like. I'm just here to teach you a lesson. Because I've decided you deserve to have your olives stolen. Because I didn't like the look here. Alright? We actually came relatively close. You know, the next olive lesson I teach you, I think we're in with a real shot. The saints all march on Broadway, and we make your garden into a fun little shape. You got crest lawns. If you're gonna have a lawn, I suppose that's a way of doing it. I think there's more interesting plants you could surround yourself with. You could grow food, you could grow like naturally occurring plants and flowers. And it'd be better for the environment, better for a nice friendly little bumblebee. You could have a friendly little bumblebee coming and saying hello, but no, you've chosen the hard path, the path of imbeciles, where you've just made a very complicated lawn shape, and it's not even that good for a bee. Pierce you! You're basically just loopy again, if you don't mind me saying. I'll grant you, there's more to... What are you hoping to twiddle just then? What wraith are you acting in the name of? Who's your wraith patron? You must have at least one. Come on, tell me. You don't name them, you don't get the prize. Go and see who chases you, and we'll try and break the tambourines out more carefully. Are you any closer to... Yeah, it's pointless me hoping for a burnout brigade victory there. Yes, you on your horse think you can win. I think it's just a factor of how much higher of a level you are than me that my health's going down quick. Like, the attack stats really don't matter on the infantry type. It's really just about how well you attack buildings and how quickly you can move. There's no point like fighting individual soldiers one-on-one. Alright, Eunice. I'd like to move. I'd like to attack at all. I should maybe have made an effort to remember the moves that Voldo uses. I was just sort of convinced it'd work better for me than a regular tambourine, but all I've really done in practice is lost my health advantage. Alright, well, we will try you again anyway. Right back into this another fight. No respite for me. No respite for Peter. Right, this time I've just got to do more damage to you with this than I did last time. I've got to make this round count. I've got to have a house on Hector Hill. Alright? The lost brother of Mary Magdalene. He turned into just a big hill, and now I can build properties on him if I so fit. If I so fit, if I see fit, if I so choose. Alright? All sorts of things I can do to Mary Magdalene's long-lost brother, because I have the permits granted to me by the Colonel. I always go to the Colonel for advice on what to do with people who were related to biblical figures. Alright? And he always manages to wangle it for me. It's all above board. It all works out in my favour. I can really do some damage here. What's the background attack? God. I can hook. And that doesn't accomplish anything really. Stop it. I feel like you keep doing that over and over again. And it's not what I want. You're doing it over and over again still. I suppose I should, like, move to stop it in any way, in any sense. Believe in the Bagel King, and you will be set free. But if you don't, then you won't. It's as simple as that. There's no other path to freedom but than taking the bagel's deal. You gotta take the deal of the bagel, Justice, the Lord High Fuck of God. Don't... No, come on, you're nearly dead. You're nearly dead. I just need an opportunity. Yes. Fall down to the foundations and be forgotten about. We have bested you this day. Madam Bonk has not bested much of anyone recently. It's for being there and having points that I can use to become a bigger fighter. I'm gonna send you out because doesn't really need the experience points, but I'm not happy about this and I want that on record. Right, let's put an end to you with my needles. Oh yeah, we already know who you are. I know who you be, and I know that I'm here. Okay, otherwise I wouldn't be able to see you, would I? Because you're here. Alright, that would have been very good if any of that had hit you. Oh, I can do my doubled prod. Doubled prod. That's a singled prod. That's the same as I would hope it would be. Okay, some of this scans, some of the knowledge carries over, but not all. It is a different moveset. Just wrap this one up with a big assault. No, you're charging in too soon. You're going after the wrong man. Royne! No, I'm being judged by Royne from behind. You think I'm afraid of Royne judgments? You think you intimidate me with all your talk of judging? I saw you coming. All the way from Toys R Us. Alright, they don't even have those in this country anymore. There was one in Japan and I saw you from that. I can just sort of fuck round in a circle like that. Okay. Well, it was a long shot and it didn't pay off. You're literally the only other combatant on the field right now. Apart from, of course, your... Holy War. Are we doing a holy... Did nobody tell me this was a holy war? You keep putting your holy war agenda on the top of my dinner plate. No, be in the grapple. There's no point in not. Look. Wow. Be defeated with my big wrestling move that I can do as well. I'm gonna go attack your queen now. I hope that's okay with you. Meanwhile, on the palace grounds, a horse ate the front door. You're all bigger than the front door. Is the queen really small? I think we've started a holy war against a mouse. Is this all just a really elaborate Tom and Jerry episode? With, like, weirdly religious themes. You having a good... Oh, you're not looking at anything. You had your eyes stopped. Your posture's not great.
Worthless servant of strife, you shall pay with your blood. For daring to defy me.
I like your ornate sickle. I think it's pretty... I've switched back to my ordinary tambourines in the hopes that I'll last marginally longer. I can at least do some attacks with this one. I may need it. If Voldo's gonna have any... Wow, fuck. I've actually... Hoodly hood. Woohoo. Well then. Who knew the way home would be covered in little chocolate eggs? All over. We've stopped 2 monarchies. Well, 3 technically. Chester was king of something else. Or the same thing, there was some sort of contested... I'm not gonna hurt my head by trying to puzzle it through, I'm just gonna be satisfied that I've done the wars there. But there's more Chronicles to have. So clearly I've not stopped every royal family in the world. Which I'm going to have to do. if Snonk is going to take hold. So join me for that next time. This is... Who'd have thought the weird lizard side plot I injected into this whole thing would be the least confusing part about all this? It's so much simpler when you're a lizard. Not that I am, of course. Not at all.